area. I mean, there's a few more strands there than he's got now.
Turn it up, mate. I had a look at the head a couple of weeks ago where they were putting the hair on, and of course the hair was a little bit of a fair colour. I was actually hoping that a few pigeons would fly by and drop a little bit on to make it look like I had a bit more than I've actually got.
So, are you going to talk to the team tonight, Wally?
No, I won't be talking to them, mate. I'm finished with State of Origin football, and I know that, you know, when Paul and I were in the team, you used to find a little bit of a distraction, the former players coming back to talk to you. I think it's better if they're just left to their own devices. They know what they need to build up in preparation for a game, and especially the Queensland blokes. If they can't prepare themselves enough just by turning up here and having a look at the 35,000 strong crowd that turn up and listening to the noise that they make when they see the 13 Maroon heroes run onto the football field, well, they'll never get built up for any game.
I mean, it's really hard to describe when you're in a half there. There you go. Fat, he's already...
I feel good. A lot of pressure tonight on Mal Meninga, their captain. Wally's been captain for just about every game, but tonight he's really got to stand up and be counted. Going into that first game, he possibly wasn't at his best. Wally will agree with me there. And we all expected him to just lift in that first State of Origin game. Now, he didn't. You can't blame him for the loss, no doubt about that. But he's a true champion in every sense of the word, and tonight we've really got to see him stand up and just do what he's done for Queensland in the past, and that's take the game by the scruff of the neck and lead the way.
Yeah, it's being said here in the papers today, Wally, that in fact one of the most dangerous things you can do is tell a champion that he's past it, and that's probably you know, it's like rattling the pickets of his cage, isn't it?
Yeah, that's for sure. You know, you're only throwing petrol on the fire there. Mel was probably the first one to admit that he didn't have his best game, but he didn't have a shocker by any stretch of the imagination, and all the media build-up over the last fortnight about Mel's game, I'm sure, will only serve to make sure that he plays an even better game than he normally would in a State of Origin match, and the crowd that are going to be here will ensure that Mel's in the right frame of mind, that's for sure.
Well, tell us what that's like. I mean, both you guys there, we hear so much about the Calder, and I haven't seen a State of Origin at Lang Park yet, but Ricky Stewart today, for example, is saying, I hate playing at Lang Park. Why does he hate playing at Lang Park?
Oh, because we go in here and rain, we run out and, you know, we do our little thing in a little circle, and we don't even have to know that the New South Wales have to look them come out, because we know they're on there because we hear the crowd, the boos. And I think I've seen it affect New South Wales players in the past to see the whites of their eyes and they think, well, what are we doing here? I think that's changing. They're gradually getting more used to it. And tonight, it may not affect them so much, but if you run out here as a Queenslander and the crowd doesn't lift you, then there's something wrong with you.
But can you actually hear instructions the days when Wally was captain there? Could you hear him saying something, or was the noise too loud?
I didn't need instructions, Ray. I just did my own thing.
Ray, it was a waste of time telling him anything anyway. I used to say, Fatty, can you do this? And especially down at the Sydney Cricket Ground, that was probably the best when the best memories I had of Fatty. He used to be there, and you'd run out in the middle, of course, you'd be trying to sing the national anthem, and at the old Sydney Cricket Ground, the crowd on the hill had a different version of Advanced Australia Fair. It sounded more like Wally's a wanker or something like that. And you used to look over at the rest of your teammates and you say, you know, are you blokes ready to go now? And most of them nod their head, and of course Fatty'd be the only one that wasn't nodding his head. He'd have his hand sort of motioning some sort of thing, pretty much in time with the song that was coming from the hill.
Just saying it was true.
Oh, well, thank you very much.
Now listen, well finally, I mean, where's your statue, Fatty? We've got Wally's being unveiled tonight. Where's yours?
Just not my night, Ray. But look, I'll tell you what, speaking of Wally, the Wally video has just been released. I've just happened to have a copy in my pocket, and it's available now.
A copy all the time.
At just about all good stores in Australia. It's a very entertaining video, 97 minutes it goes for. And I mean, we've had, look, Wally the statue, Wally the video, Wally the movie. They reckon Peter Garrett's in line to play Wally.
You're asking about Fatty's video. There was one just over the other side of the ground here. It's a small portable lavatory with a red roof.
Is that the Fatty Vautin Memorial Stand, is it? Now,
that's the one.
A quick tip then. Which way is it going to go, Wally, and by how many points?
Mate, if either one of us ever tip against Queensland, fair dinkum.
We couldn't do it. Despite what I think, I'm tipping Queensland.
New South Wales could have a far superior looking team on paper, but we'll always tip Queensland, mate. I mean, there's been games gone by in the past where I think every one of the Queenslanders probably looked on paper and admitted that their opponents looked far better in the program, but we won. So I think that that bears testament to you know, what a little bit of courage can do on a football team. Now New South Wales may have the same courage, that may be true, but I'll never tip against them, mate, never.
Okay, it's hopeless asking you to. Wally, thanks very much indeed. Good to see you, and we have plugged the video for you. That was a good video to see. And Fatty, Channel 9's coverage begins tonight at 7:30 in the eastern states with Fatty and the team. Other states, check your TV guides. We'll talk to you later. Thanks, fellas, very much.
Thanks, Ray.